Hello, felting friends. I thought I would post a quick video and show you what I'm up to. So I am finally finishing my last two witches' faces. And so here I am just going over with a super fine needle, poking in all of the little imperfections or anything sticking out with, I believe it's a 42 super fine needle. It does take some time. So just, in those last finishing moments, just sit down and take your time and get them in. And then I am going to, I know you've seen this before, so I'm just putting in the finishing touches with some of the darker wool and just needle felting them in to show some dimension and in the nostrils, and then around the eyes and in the mouth to define it a little bit. It really just puts that finishing touch on there. So I love these eyes. These eyes are made with the glass cabochons. Really liking how this doll came out. I know you saw a finished picture in the beginning of this video. So I was really happy with that. So right now they are drying. I did put my glue mixture on. If you'd like to see that video of a glue mixture, you can find it in one of my, I haven't playlisted any of the videos yet, so just do a quick search. When I go on to my next dolls, I will go ahead and probably group everything into a playlist. So I hope that you're doing well. Thank you so much for subscribing. Every day there's new subscribers. It's so exciting for me to be able to share what I'm doing and, comment if you have questions. I love reading your comments and definitely have some of my favorites that I'm always hearing from. So I love to do that, and also following some of my favorite artists. So it's been really fun. So I can say hello to the Felting Harp and to Ryan Schaefer and to everyone else that is watching. Thank you so much for watching the videos. And again, if you have questions, comments, just leave me a note and I'll get back to you. We are getting ready for spring around here. We've had a few nice days, so that's been fun, and just trying to get outside a little bit. So I'm excited to finish these guys up and hope you all are having fun, maybe planning some vacations for the summer. So the weather's finally, it's been such a long winter. So here I'm just putting some more of that wool around the eyes, and then we'll get ready to color the face here in a minute. So I was making some TikTok videos. That's been really fun. So do hop on over and check me out on TikTok. They're pretty fun to make. So I've been enjoying that as well. So there's a few shorts that I shared over from TikTok, and they're pretty funny. So here is the pastel chalks. So this is what I use to color the face. I have tried using wool before, and I don't really care for the contrast of the wool, the colored wool. Sometimes it looks too, too sharp, too strong. So I like using either makeup, or typically I use the chalks. But if you need a different color, you can always use some of the makeup. So just kind of put a little bit on. I grind the chalk up and then just use a dry brush to put it on. And if it goes on too heavy, you'll see that I can use a little bit of reverse needling to pull some of the wool out from underneath, or, just put a little layer. It goes on a little bit heavy right here. So you can put a little layer of your skin color over to, blot it out a little bit. So you can do that. So I have all these dolls have their faces all finished, and they all have the glue mixture on. They were drying overnight. So next will be clothes, and then get some hair on them, and they'll be finished. I need to do the hair on my little elves also, and put the little hats on, and then, their props. So as soon as I can get the clay out for their props, I will go ahead and start the next doll. So I think I decided on doing the Coraline doll. So I'm going to go with that. And I'm excited. So I'm going to start. I also put out I've been busy behind the scenes. I know I haven't been making a lot of videos, but I did get a logo done. I hope you like the new logo. That was a lot of work on Canva, although fun. So I'm really happy with it. And so that's out. And then I also got the drawing for the BJD, ball jointed or bead jointed doll. And that is for sale on Etsy. So with the little round circles. So I'm really happy with that. I'm going to be using that for the Coraline doll and all the future dolls. So hopefully that works out really well, and I'll be showing that on video. So I'm going to start with the shoes, and those are going to be made out of clay. So as soon as I get the clay out to do the props for my elves, I am going to start on the Coraline shoes. So it might be a week or so. We've got some spring break stuff coming up, and it'll be a little chaotic, so I'm not sure how much work I'm going to get done. But hopefully I'll finish these guys up. And then after spring break, I'm going to start on the Coraline one. So I'm really excited for that. And yeah, I think you guys are going to just love it. So stay tuned, subscribe so you get the notifications. And I'll keep continuing to throw out some TikToks and some shorts and getting those out so you can kind of see what I'm doing. And then, once I have a long form video like this, then we'll do a voiceover and show you what I'm doing. So yeah, let me know what you guys have planned for the summer, or what any dolls that you have planned to make. So it's always fun to hear what you guys are doing. But so here I'm putting on the the lip coloring. And again, a little reminder, if you have teeth in the mouth of your doll, or if you're planning on having teeth, make sure you put the lip color on first. You cannot have white teeth and then do this, because it will get all over the white wool. You will see it. I've made that mistake before, and then you'll just end up having to pull them out and put in new ones. So do put your lip coloring on first, and then your white teeth that are going in. Unless you're using clay, to make teeth or something. But if you're using wool, it will definitely get all over it. So she's so funny. I was just really happy with her. I'm not sure. I think it's the eyes. It's got to be the eyes. I definitely love the cabochon eyes. I still want to try the resin eyes. I haven't done that yet. I get out my supplies, and then I kind of like to, work in stages and then put them away so I don't have my stuff all over. I don't really have I have a dedicated studio space, but it's in the basement, and I don't love to sit down there. So I kind of tend to bring up what I'm working on, and it starts to grow all over the house, and then I do have to clean it up and put it away. So right now I kind of finished the stage, and then I'll be getting the clothes all out and, doing the hair, and then I'll get the clay out. So this I got to keep a little tidy, right? So, yeah. So anyways, finishing her up here. I also did get a light box for Christmas that I have not even opened yet. So as soon as these witch dolls are going to be done and the elves are done, I will do an unboxing of the light box, and it'd be good to do a video of that to show how to use it, and then maybe you guys will want to get one for taking photos. I've never done one in a light box, a photo, so it'll be new for me. So we'll kind of walk through that together and try to get some really good photos in the light box of these guys, these gals, the witches. So I'm so excited to be done with them. It's been forever. I'm so slow, but that's okay. There's been a lot going on. So yeah. If you're using the chalk, I do, as you can see on my plate, it says not for food. Make sure you keep your craft supplies and your regular kitchen supplies separate. I always tend to just designate one or the other. I even have a microwave for dyeing wool, like separate from our real microwave. So you really should try to keep all that stuff separate. That's why I'm using the air dry clay. I know some people use the oven clay, and I'm sure there's nothing wrong with it, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of combining the two. So I'm gonna try the air dry clay, and actually I've never used that before, so that'll be a new learning thing for both of us. Also, I do hope it works out and it doesn't crack or anything. So we'll see how that goes. Might have to could seal over with some resin. That might be a good idea. I know one of the artists that I used to follow, her name is eluding me right now, but she did the clay faces, and then she would always paint a little resin over them. That might be a good idea, so we can try that. That'll really, since it's an air dry clay too, it'll really seal it up nice. That'll be a good idea. So, it's all trial and error, right? So I guess I'm a little off screen here. Sorry about that. But here I'm just shading with kind of like a tan color, just under the lip where there's going to be shadow, a little bit around the nose, and then, above the eyelids for a little bit of just shadowing, shading. Not too much. I've done too much before, especially on the upper lip, and then it kind of looks like a mustache. So just be careful you don't go too dark. And then I did decide to shade the ears with the chalk instead of the wool, which I like that better. I think the wool is just a little bit too dark, so I'll be doing that from now on. This is a much softer, a little bit of a softer look. So I just really was happy with how she came out. The three witches are so different looking from each other, which is really funny. They're still all going to go well together, I think, but they really do look different from each other. Just you can see how, it's been almost a couple years. It's crazy. But you can see how your skills evolve. So thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Okay, bye. And to leave you, here's my beautiful Luna.